Hey guys, welcome back to the Geekland. I'm Jeff.
Hey, I'm Jason.
And today is another episode of the Geekland Brew Pub where we're going to be drinking another new beer. And Jason, what do you have for us today?
Well, I brought a bottle of Cash Flow Raspberry from Taxman. This is a sour blonde ale with raspberries. Obviously, you can tell I don't do much of my research. I normally just try to grab things that I see that kind of catch my eye. Anymore, I mean, that's kind of how I feel like a lot of these beer companies are, trying to get you to grab their beer over somebody else's. But anyway, Taxman, I wouldn't say a local brewery, but I mean, they are close to around here. They self-distribute their own beer, so they go out and they hustle themselves. I've kind of been on the fence about a lot of their beers, but I feel like when somebody takes the time to put their beer in a bomber or sell them in singles like this, they kind of step their game up a little bit. So that's why I didn't really hesitate to grab it. I'm on a Goza kick and a sour kick lately too. I don't know why, but I have just been buying the living shit out of these beers, and I love them now, and I just want to keep trying more and more. So I don't know how sour this is going to be, because like I said, it is a sour ale, but I'm hoping with it being more of a fruitier raspberry beer, that it's going to be something that I can be happy that I purchased, because I think this had about a $15 price tag on it for this.
That's not bad though. That's
not bad
for something like that.
No, not bad. Shout outs to the Wine Tree. That's where I normally go grab most of my singles and my beers, the specialty things to sample, because they will let you sample out anything. You can literally go in there, grab a 6-pack. If you don't want to drop the coin for that entire 6-pack, you just pop you off one, build your own, walk out the door. It's how I've found a lot of beers that I have come to love, just by going in there and just grabbing random things off the shelf, trying what word of mouth, things I hear people mentioning, things like that. So anyway, I'm gonna shut the hell up and I'm gonna break out the lightsaber bottle opener.
My wife won't go with me to that wine tree anymore because I take it forever.
Well, yeah, it's like
I can be in there for hours. It's like just this massive hallway of shelves with beer.
Yeah,
it's insane.
It's a
love it.
Great place to go.
It's so badass. She's like, I'm not going down there. You're gonna spend forever there, right? I'm like, yeah, probably.
It smells good. I can already smell it.
Oh shit, yeah, that smells good. That smells really good.
It's got a good color to it too.
Oh, you can definitely tell that's a raspberry.
Yeah, that's what I like.
It's,
I like whenever you can actually literally see what they brewed with here, so yeah,
it's
really
got a good smell to it.
Yeah, really berry, kind of a berry tart smell.
Yeah.
So I can already tell it's gonna have, quite a bit of a sour punch to it. It's not very clear either, which is what I like. It's really hazy.
It's not clear at all.
Yeah. I like that about a lot of the sours that I've tried. I feel like the darker and cloudier they are, the better. I end up liking them for some reason. I don't know.
I have to agree with that, yeah.
All right. Well, let's dig in.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh. That is tart.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. I don't know if it's the fact that the last alcoholic beverage we had
With a malt
was kind of just blah, and then this thing just literally just kicked me in the jawline.
I've always been a sour candy person. Like sweet tarts are one of my favorite things, and Sour Patch Kids and stuff. So the sours and some of the gozas are now some of my favorite stuff.
Yeah.
Just because that's my palate.
Yeah.
So,
and that's my thing is I used to love that as a kid, and then man, I remember the first sour beer I had. It was almost like my first time I drank an IPA. I wanted to just immediately spit it on the floor.
Oh, really?
Throw it away. I couldn't believe I let something like that even get, close to my mouth. And my wife loves sour beers. The sour, the better. And she literally, I would just keep trying everything that she would drink every time. And I feel like that's the only way to expand your palate is kind of just keep pounding away on things that you normally don't like, and eventually you're either going to like it or you're just going to wear yourself out and be like, okay, I cannot drink this shit.
I was the same way years ago with IPAs. I did not like them at all, and now IPAs are one of my favorite
I agree.
of all time. I just can't.
Yeah. An Imperial IPA, I'm still on the fence about, or like a double IPA. I'm very iffy. It has to be.
Unless it's 18th Street.
Yeah, well, 18th Street does amazing beers.
Yeah.
I like. There's a beer that Bell's does every year that's really hoppy. Hop Slam.
Oh yeah, that's
Hop Slam. I still have cans of that in my fridge.
That's right. You gave me one of those. That's good.
I hang on to that.
Mm-hmm.
Now then, I talk about like an Imperial like IPA, like 120 minute by Dogfish Head is a little bit too much for me. A 90 minutes about just right. I've never tried their 75 minute, which is apparently the mixture of their 60 and 90.
Which one? There's a low calorie one too, right?
I don't know. Oh, that's their Sequench, which is their sour.
I actually have an IPA downstairs from Dogfish that's white with green labeling.
That might be it.
It's a low. I've never had it yet.
Hell, I don't know. I know right before I left my job as a sales rep, Dogfish released a 75 minute, and they said it was like a mixture of the 90 and 60 minute.
No kidding.
Anyway, we're getting off course.
I wonder if that's what I had downstairs.
It might be.
Yeah.
But this isn't too bad. I'm not much of a raspberry eater, so I mean, I've had a fresh raspberry. I don't know if I'm really getting that. If where that tartness is coming from. I'm sure that's where the tartness is coming from.
Yeah, it's got to be.
But if you're expecting like a raspberry flavored sucker or candy or that generic raspberry flavoring that you're going to get from, a sports drink or something like that, it's definitely not in this beer.
Yeah.
It's not in this beer at all. It's very, very tart. It's like biting into a very ripe berry that you've just like picked, and I mean, it's instant. It like hits the back of your tongue, and I mean, it kind of just locks your jaw up. It's that sour.
It really does, actually.
But it's still it's a drinkable beer. I can see why they would sell it in a single like this.
Yeah.
Get that bottle up there a little closer if you can
there you go.
see it there. Yeah, Taxman. I mean, like I said, props to them for what they do. They go out, they put their beer on the shelves themselves. They hustle. Granted, I was always competing against them, so I was always like, I'm not going to drink their beer just because. Now, that I don't have that roadblock kind of keeping me from being so damn biased. I definitely branch out in even more beers. Yeah, I'm another person who, like I said, I tend to go and shop by looking at designs on cans because, I mean, I have a graphic design background, and it's one of those things that just catches my eye. When you're shopping, it's like window shopping, and you see a can with a flashy graphic or a flashy design on it. Me personally, that's the first thing I'm going to grab. I'm not going to grab some, boring silver can or some, like just under the radar label that kind of like what a Sam Adams does, where they just kind of but Sam Adams goes off their name alone. You don't have to really require it.
It doesn't have to have
You got a lot of these breweries now, Dewclaw, Central State, and this is just around in our general area here. They don't put too flashy labels on their beers, so it's kind of like you just go off word of mouth. And the thing about Taxman is like they had almost the same exact design. It was just all different coloring on their cans, which went with their beer. And that was one of the things that, like, for me, even if I would have found a beer that I liked by him, it was kind of like, I'm going to have to recall it by color, because remembering the names of every damn beer is damn near impossible. But, like, when it comes to a beer like an 18th Street or Three Floyds, I don't have to remember the exact name of the beer. I'll be like, oh, that's the beer with, you know, the zombie on it. That's the beer with the goat-headed, you know, demonic demon sitting on a pentagram. Which, you know, it's certain things like that that, like I said, they just capture my eye. They capture my attention. That's what draws me to them, and that's why I grab them. But once again, whenever, you know, I'm walking through the aisle of just bombers and singles, I really try to kind of read my labels, go in the general direction of what I'm actually looking for. Which, like I said, that day I was kind of shopping for a sour, and this guy, I felt like it won my heart. I don't know what it was about it, but it just kind of stood out to me, and I like the label, I like the design, and it just sounded delicious. Yeah, once again, I mean, I can't really say that I made a stupid mistake or a stupid decision.
I like it. Yeah,
this is a good beer.
I really do.
Yeah, this is a really good beer. So what do you want to say?
I would go thumbs up with this one. I definitely recommend it.
Thumbs up?
Yeah. I like some more of the fruity sours. Like, there's one I've had lately that I will bring next time we do a review so you can have it. But lately I've really kind of been drawn to these kind of beers.
Yeah.
Every time I go, like if I'm building a 6-pack, I'm kind of looking for more sours than I'm IPAs, because a lot of the IPAs around here, I have either tried them already or I'm saving them for other times because I know that there's just so many out there. But
yeah,
for some reason I'm definitely on a sour kick too right now.
Yeah,
really.
I would give it a thumbs up too, man.
Yeah,
highly recommend it.
Yeah, it's good. It's definitely one of those beers that you could probably have with like a steak or something, or a chicken or something like that. Maybe even with a dessert. It's broad.
I'm glad
I'm not one of those guys that'd be like, oh man, I have to have that with a steak. No, if it works for me. Like, I know some people can't drink beer with their food.
I was gonna say, I'm glad that you are able to give that kind of perspective and insight on that, because I can't drink alcohol when I eat.
Okay.
I've never been able to do it. You'll never hear me say I can pair this beer with a fish or a steak or a chicken.
I would say steak, or I could do a steak with this, or maybe even like a sorbet, or a more bland dessert, like maybe a vanilla kind of dessert.
Mm-hmm. Something to counteract that sourness.
Yeah.
I don't know. The taste of alcohol has always just been a big turnoff for me when I eat. No matter what, I've tried a million different combinations of things, and I listen to people who try to pair wines with all this stuff, and just give me a Diet Coke or a water, and I will drink my ass off after the meal.
Yeah.
But as of during the meal, man, I won't be able to pair liquid with solids. There's just no possible way I could ever do something like that. So it's kind of nice to know at least we can have one person give a little bit of insight. I do like to do that, for those people that do feel the need and want to have to go out there and try to find that perfect beer to go with their perfect meal. But
if you're a big pizza person, IPAs are really good pizza. For some reason, it just works.
Strange.
Yeah. Like, I was actually drinking Zombie Dust last time I had a Zombie Dust with food. It was with pizza, and it wasn't like some Domino's pizza. It was actually Old Chicago, I believe. Mm-hmm. And actually, you know what? The last time I had a Zombie Dust with food, it was actually with German food.
Nice.
Yeah, at Gerst's house.
At Gerst?
Yeah, and that works too. Like, it was beef stroganoff. It worked really well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Something for you to try.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people that don't like alcohol with their food.
I thought I was like a strange, weird person.
I don't know any people who like it.
I just cannot do it. There's no way I'll ever be able to sit down and enjoy an alcoholic beverage during my meal. I will have one before or after, but when I'm shoveling food in my mouth, I don't want alcohol to ever chase it. So yeah. Anyway, well, Taxman, Cash Flow, raspberry. I know there was 2 different flavors. The raspberry I picked out instead of the other one. I don't really recall what the other one was. I want to say it was like a blueberry or something maybe, but like I said, this one stuck out. I like the label. The label really caught my eye. I thought it was a really nice, solid design for the size of the bottle and whatnot. So once again, I was just being a picky little label snob, I guess you want to call it. But anyway, yeah, guys, at least the Geek Moon's giving you a 2 thumbs up recommendation on that guy to go out there and grab it.
Yeah, so definitely, I would definitely recommend it.
If you see it on your shelf here in your local liquor store, go pick it up. It's good. It's a damn good buy for for what it is.
If you have a liquor store where you are that might be able to order stuff, might have them maybe some of the stuff we recommend. See if they might be able to order some of that stuff for you too, because that is a possibility. Because I know some liquor stores are able to special order different things. So definitely check it out. But yeah, I'll definitely recommend. I like it. It's good
for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you guys for watching. We do appreciate it as always.
Very much.
We have our links for all our stuff in the description below. I was going to say other words, but Facebook, Twitter, Instagram that I kind of update more than usually. But yeah, this might be getting to me. This is our second one, so. But we do appreciate when you guys check that out and leave a like on the video and subscribe, all that stuff. We appreciate you guys.
Very much so.
We do appreciate you watching too. So we'll see you next time.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.